As you see, I'll knock on the gates of heaven, because heaven is my home. I want heaven to be your home. For heaven to be your home, you need a safe environment where you want information about Jesus and how to live a heavenly lifestyle. All you need to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell notification button to have access about videos about Jesus. As you do it right now, I'm knocking on the gates of heaven.
Hi people, I'm Priscilla Day. So glad to comment on this Untold Bible story narrated by Kaden. Shout out to my brother Kaden. This one really fits the name because it's part of the last chapter of the book of Judges, and never have I seen reference to it anywhere before, and I believe you will be surprised at the things that will unfold, considering it happened in ancient Israel. Be ready for some unexpected shocks. Stay tuned and you will hear from me soon.
In those days, before Israel had a king, there was a Levite living far in the hill country of Ephraim. He took a girl from Bethlehem in Judah to be his concubine. But she became angry with him, went back to her father's house in Bethlehem, and stayed there for 4 months. Then the man decided to go after her and tried to persuade her to return to him. He took his servant and 2 donkeys with him. The girl showed the Levite into the house, and when her father saw him, he gave him a warm welcome. The father insisted that he stay, and so he stayed. For 3 days, the couples had their meals and spent the night there. On the morning of the 4th day, they woke up early and got ready to go. But the girl's father said to the Levite, "Have something to eat first. It will do you good. You can go later." So the 2 men sat down and ate and drank together. Then the girl's father said to him, "Please spend the night here and enjoy yourself." The Levite got up to go, but the father urged him to stay, so he spent another night there. Early in the morning of the 5th day, he started to leave. But the girl's father said, "Eat something, please. Wait until later in the day." When the man, his concubine, and the servant once more started to leave, the father said, "Look, it's almost evening now. You might as well stay here all night. It will be dark soon. Stay here and have a good time. Tomorrow you can get up early for your journey and go home." But the man did not want to spend another night there. So he and his concubine started on their way, with their servant and 2 donkeys with pack saddles. It was late in the day when they came near Jebus. So the servant said to his master, "Why don't we stop and spend the night here in this Jebusite city?" But his master said, "We're not going to stop in a city where the people are not Israelites. We'll pass on and go a little farther and spend the night at Gibeah or Ramah." So they went past Jebus and continued their way. It was sunset when they came to Gibeah, in the territory of the tribe of Benjamin. They turned off the road to go and spend the night there. They went into the city and sat down there in the square, but no one offered to take them home for the night. While they were there, an old man came by at the end of the day's work in the fields. He was originally from the hill country of Ephraim, but he was now living in Gibeah. The old man noticed a traveler in the city square and asked him, "Where do you come from? Where are you going?" The Levite answered, "We have been to Bethlehem in Judah, and now we are on our way home, deep in the hill country of Ephraim. No one will put us up for the night, even though we have fodder and straw for our donkeys, as well as bread and wine for my concubine and me, and for my servant. We have everything we need." The old man said, "You are welcome in my home. I'll take care of you. You don't have to spend the night in the square." So he took them home with him and fed their donkeys. His guests washed their feet and had a meal. They were enjoying themselves when all of a sudden some sexual perverts from the town surrounded the house and started beating on the door. They said to the old man, "Bring out that man that came home with you. We want to have sex with him."
What are we seeing here? These men of Israel are behaving just like the men of Sodom. What just could have led them that low to this? This is saddening. God's chosen people? Too much worship of idols might have resulted in this. If you've been following our series, you realize since episode 2, the Israelites have been going through a cycle of sin and adultery and repentance. And check what they are doing now. Let's continue.
But the old man went outside and said to them, "No, my friends, please, don't do such an evil, immoral thing. This man is my guest. Look, here is his concubine and my own daughter, who is a virgin. I'll bring them out now, and you can have them. Do with them whatever you want, but don't do such an awful thing to this man." But the men would not listen to him. So the Levite took his concubine and put her outside with him. At dawn, the woman came and fell down at the door of the old man's house, where her husband was. She was still there when the daylight came. Her husband got up that morning, and when he opened the door, he found his concubine lying in front of the house with her hands reaching for the door. He said, "Get up, let's go." But there was no answer.
This is outrageous and so unexpected. Look how far these men of Israel have fallen to craziness. So unnatural. Even the men of Sodom didn't behave so animalistic. This proves what James says about how sin grows. Israel went low into adultery, and adultery has led to unnatural stuff like we see here, which is so shameful, I don't want to mention it again. With such wickedness, it would have been better for them to lodge at Jebus, the city of foreigners, than lodging in the city of godless Israelites. This is a lesson for us all. If you are dealing with a bad habit, some lust here and there, some bitterness, some secret sins you call small sin, please, please, please do well to seek God's help ASAP to help end such a bad habit. Because what the Bible implies, which from this story we see is true, if you don't deal with it now, this sin will grow to become something else, and you can't imagine who you will turn you to, just as we see of the abominable Israelites here. This is so sad. Let's go on.
So he put her body across the donkey and started on his way home. When he arrived, he went into the house and got a knife. He took his concubine's body, cut it into 12 pieces.
Got a knife and cut? Oh no! It's getting weird here like a horror movie.
And set one piece to each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Everyone who saw it said, "We have never heard of such a thing. Nothing like this has ever happened since the Israelites left Egypt. We have to do something about this. What will it be?"
What will it be? Indeed, what should be done to pay for such wickedness? And what's God going to do? Yeah, this story's on a whole nother level of creepy. Anyway, do well not to miss our next episode, but definitely I believe such act of gross wickedness should not go unpunished. Let's call it a day. Do well to connect next week, God willing, on the same channel, this same day at the same time. Do well to like the video and subscribe to our channel, and as always, you can check out some amazing videos from us. Thank you and God bless.